All right, Jay, you kind of alluded to it after the Detroit game, but are you expecting a very similar kind of game to that game as far as physicality goes?
Yeah, I think the Philadelphia Flyers are a proud organization, and they want to play a certain way. They have a certain mentality, and we better be ready for that type of physical game. Um, there are teams that is going to give you everything they have, and we better be ready for it. And I thought last game against Detroit was a good way to make sure we're ready for tonight's game as well.
Is that something you have to address in the dressing room before a game? Maybe a little extra focus on discipline when these teams want to come out and run around a little bit?
Well, what I would say is the biggest thing we would talk to our players about is just making sure that they're individually ready to go. So buckle your helmets up and know that the opponent is going to play a certain way, and it's our job to make sure that we rise to that competitive challenge. And when we do and play our game, we think we're a tough team to beat. So it's going to be a good challenge for us tonight. They're a well-coached group. They're a group that's going to give you everything they have, and we better be ready for it, and we feel good about that tonight.
This team has the #1 penalty kill in the NHL since January 11th. What has really gone right for this unit?
For our team or the other team? You're talking about, yeah. For us, I think we've tightened some things up. We've had a couple games this year that got away on us, where we got touched up almost. One was the Washington Capital game in Washington, and that forced us to make some changes. And I thought we were really going in the right direction from that point forward. But in early January, we got touched up in Los Angeles. Sometimes those things happen. What I really liked is our response. I think we're killing less. I think when we do kill, we have more people involved. We're on our toes, and we're making it tough on the opposition. So all those factors combined have led to those good numbers, but that's in the rearview mirror, and we're looking out the windshield.
That coincides with the arrival of Vincent Desharnais, that stretch where you've gone 26 for 28. You had a lot of information on this player. You knew this player. We do those interviews with you down in Bakersfield every Monday. I think you talked about him every Monday.
Yep.
Is this one where the organization drafted and developed a guy who was a bit of a diamond in the rough, but also maybe you knew more maybe what he was capable of doing than maybe what some other people might think?
Well, I think what happens, my experience and Dave's experience in Bakersfield allowed us to see certain prospects in different types of situations so that you could find out what they could do at that level. You get up to the National Hockey League, it's certainly a different level, different skill sets on players. But when you know some of the people coming up the pipe, it gives you a comfort level that you've seen them do some things at a different level. For me, I think Vincent is someone who's gotten better at every step along his career path or career journey. One of the things, and you're very right, one of the things in his repertoire is that he's a real good penalty killer. Takes up a lot of space. He's a fearless shot blocker, and he makes opponents pay a price to get to the front of our net. All of those things make our kill better, and I think his arrival into the lineup coincides with the spike in the numbers.